You know that quiet voice inside? The one asking if this is really it? Today we're having the hard conversation nobody wants to have about where your career trajectory really leads. Not tomorrow, not next quarter, but 5, 10 years from now. I have a warning for you. If you're comfortable in your corporate bubble, this episode might blow all that up. But if you're ready to take a real, hard, honest look at where you're headed, and if you're wondering why that 6-figure salary still feels like a trap that you're in right now, the next few minutes might be the most important wake-up call you've had in a long time. So let's dive in together. Welcome to Uncage Yourself. I'm Matt Doan. On this show, we explore strategies to help family-focused professionals smartly graduate corporate life and build entrepreneurial freedom. Our goal? Maximize freedom, income, and impact. See MatthewDoan.com for more. Now, let's dive in. My friends, let's talk about what your future really looks like, being in the corporate system from 2025 going forward, and what you can do about it while there's still time. And I hate to be alarmist, but if you saw the conversations I was having every day with people who've been in corporate systems for a long time, and if you really observed the trends that are happening right now, you'd want to wake up. So trying to do that for you right now. So I admit this is an uncomfortable but crucial conversation. Most avoid it until something bad happens. The layoffs, the sheer frustration blowing up at home, the stress and anxiety of that system just get too much, or you lose key relationships in your life. Most avoid all of that until it smacks them in the face. So the next few minutes could really be transformative if you let this sink in. I need you to step back from your daily routines and ask yourself, where am I headed? The actual trajectory. Where is this pointing 5, 10, even 15 years out from now? What's been true doesn't mean it continues to be true. And let's also be real that what's been true, say the last 5 years or so, even the last 1 year, do you like what that is? Do you like who you are, what you've become, what it's doing to your personal life? I need you to question the sustainability of corporate life. Now, some people quietly will stay asleep. This message is not for them. If you're listening to something called Uncage Yourself, you probably want something different for your life, I'm going to expect, okay? But if you look at the trends, things like AI and automation threats, you look at Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn, saying the 9-to-5 will be dead by 2034. And he's been right about a lot of things if you go research, okay? You see all the restructuring within organizations, layoffs every quarter. You're trying to beat it to the next quota. You're trying to get to the next bonus increment, and your friends are all getting laid off around you. What hell is that to live in? Even things like age and experience, where that was once deemed a special quality that we wanted, is now being called too expensive. Younger and cheaper is coming in, replacing you, replacing what we deemed to be very important before. And yes, technology is doing a lot to disrupt the workforce as a whole. And I'm not talking about the HBR articles you're hearing and this and that, not academic stuff, but like this is based on real conversations. I had 303 conversations with people in these situations last year. You see it all over places, social, LinkedIn, all sorts of things right now. You've also got to look inside. It's something very important, the personal costs of this trajectory. You need to take a hard look. Look at what this is doing to you first and foremost. How are you feeling? Stress levels, anxiety. How happy are you? Seriously, how happy are you? Are you deferring that? Are you kicking that down the road along with the retirement thing? Like, how much more important can it be than feeling great every day? If that were true, how much else would go right in your world, career and personal? If you don't feel great every day, it's really hard for anything else to be great, family relationships included. Now let's have that honest conversation. Hey, are you ready to finally graduate corporate life and build entrepreneurial freedom? Check out corporategraduation.com for my insider guide on smartly ramping down corporate and building a unique online business, all while creating a thriving family life. It's a short training video that could forever change how you experience work and life. Head to corporategraduation.com or see the link in the show notes. Now, back to the show. If you're married, how's that relationship right now? What's the stress at work looking like for the stress at home? Are you bringing that dark energy home? Is it this scarcity minded feel in your household? Is everyone clinging to the paycheck? If you got laid off, what's that doing to the mentality at home? Are you reliant on just getting another corporate job? And what's that doing to your kids and what they think is possible for themselves? Hell, I'll be very honest. I've got 4 kids, and one huge reason I left corporate more than 3 years ago was because I wanted to show them what succeeding on my own, what that looked like. Self-reliance, as Emerson would talk about, okay? I got to understand what's the energy you're creating in your household. This is a precious window right now, in the next few years, especially if you have kids at home still, even in high school. My oldest is almost off to college, and I'm thinking, am I giving her the right emotional imprint on what's possible for her life? Because what I do right now is going to have significant decades-long impacts, okay? So think about how you're showing up. Are you being the leader at home that you're proud of? Or are you kicking that responsibility down the road too, letting the corporate system completely subsume you? You can't affect that at home that way. You can't do that to your family. Can't do that to yourself, okay? You've got to understand what the work situation is doing to you affects so many other people, not just a finance thing. Yes, it's finances, but it's so much more. So where does this lead us? We're at a crossroads right now for many people listening right now. Option one is you can stay the course. Okay. You can keep accepting this trajectory. If you need help understanding where it leads, look up, look at your bosses, look at people a few years ahead of you. You can pretty much guess what this does to you and what's available to you. At this point, you're probably experiencing diminishing returns on what you can do, what you can earn, the status you can have, whatever, right? It's pretty limited. It's constrained. You have to play a role in a corporate system. You can't really flex your full potential or even see what that even means to you, okay? There are benefits in that if you really value security, income, paychecks, yes, that's there. But like with most of my clients that stay in corporate, they're also pursuing something that is of their own design, not just corporate dependence, okay? So the other option then leads us to the fork in the road, make a decisive change. Not this someday dream of, I'll just try to wait it out. And when it's forced upon me or, I'll be in the right state maybe 2 years from now, finances will be good, the home will be good, everything will be good. No, like it's going to smack you in the face before you're ready. Don't let that wishful thinking take you over. You've got to start to figure out a concrete dream. Make a decision. To decide means to cut off alternatives. So if you want to build entrepreneurial freedom, like we do in our program, Uncaged Life Design, if you want to wind down corporate life smartly in a good way for your family, ramp up a premium online business that gives you levels of freedom, creates an uncaged life for you and your family, that's a decision that you have to make. This is very real. It can't just hope it happens on its own. You have to make a decision which says, this is happening now. We are in motion on it, okay? Because the transformational path looks like this. You've got to understand that where you are right now is creating the problems you're existing around, okay? The people that you're hanging around keep you gravitated into that state. You need to unlock yourself from that state. If you're going to effectively graduate corporate life, you need to hang around other people, thinking different things, doing different things, and start to reject all the stuff that you're carrying from the past, all those sunk costs of, I've been on this corporate career for 20 years, therefore I must continue it. No, you don't have to. You're just fearful, okay? Start to take control of your trajectory. Put yourself in different environments, coaching programs, environments, transformational masterminds. And we've got Uncaged Life Design is exactly for this, if that might appeal to you. But you can't do anything stupid, obviously. But if you're going to make a decision to reject path A, which doesn't lead you to a great place, and choose path B, which is more towards an uncaged life, how are you creating the conditions? How are you investing in yourself? How are you creating a high likelihood that this sort of life that's of your own design, that has self-reliance, is all there, okay? We need to make sure you start investing in new ways. You put money towards stocks and real estate. How about towards yourself, the most important asset you'll ever have? Put your time, money, energy, cultivate your environment towards creating this new chapter. Otherwise, I'm going to say it, it will happen to you sooner rather than later. People will say, no, thank you, we're done. And then what? Will you be left out in the cold? I don't like thinking that way, but I have to give that warning sign to people. If you aren't experiencing it yet, you will soon. And plus, you've got no upside in that situation anyways. It's very minimal. Can you create conditions where you can have significant upside, freedom, income, impact, ways of living in a truly free life that you've not experienced yet? Can you surround yourself with people living that way so that it becomes inevitable for you? Okay. If you need some help, check our resources at matthewdoan.com. You can book a call with us. We got a lot of stuff there that can help you. If you want to jumpstart into Uncaged Life Design, there's an inroad there. We've got a free masterclass on how you would do corporate graduation. But seriously, guys, take a hard look at your trajectory. Be honest. Don't avoid this conversation. You can see I'm trying to be pretty truthful in my tone. I need you to understand how important it is to take a hard look in the mirror, okay? Get some urgency, get some decisiveness. Let us know if we can help. Chat soon. Thanks for listening to Uncage Yourself. Check out matthewdoan.com to subscribe to the podcast and view our services and helpful resources. If you enjoy the show, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening, or just tell a friend. Talk soon.